When there is no room in the hell, the dead are back to the earth, said that the old preacher. Of course, I don't remember which preacher he was, and also he was probably the zombies dinner already. Well, isn't all about how terrifying this idea is? The first zombie movie in the history of cinema was Victor Halperin's White Zombie, released in 1932. The idea of the dead people walking up their graves has not lost its frighteningness. Zombie movies completed their conceptual image with the smart and emotional move of a creative director. Yeah, I'm talking about George A. Romero. Thanks to the Romero's pretty touch, zombies was not just terrifying figures of horror, and they have become the dominant social class of the allegory of system criticism. Undoubtedly, this fact that Romero brought to the concept of zombies was the main feeding springs of the zombie variations that we encountered in all mediums today. The Night of the Living Dead, which was released in 1968, is still at the top of the most impressive horror movie rankings today with the concern of social class conflict.
Alright, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
Unfortunately, when we look at Turkish cinema, we see that the situation is not very bright. For example, officially our first horror movie, The Scream, is still missing. Although Dracula in Istanbul, which was released in 1953, was cited as a successful example, but it has not been rushed to genre. In 1955, with the movie named The Invisible Man in Istanbul, which was another science fiction thriller adaptation made. 17 years later, the horror genre remained silent until the release of the movie Dead Don't Talk, Ölüler Konuşmaz in original, directed by Yavuz Yalın. The Dead Don't Talk, although it was named as first zombie movie of Turkish cinema, it's not a zombie movie in terms of concept. In fact, although there was a kind of vampire story, we can't say it's meet the vampire concept either. As a matter of fact, since concepts such as vampires or zombies were not fully integrated into the Turkish culture at the time, the definition of ghoul was used in general.
Demir kazı alıp hortlağın kalbine çakacaksın. Tak tak tak.
Hadi bakalım, yolcu yolunda, avcı da avında.
The ghoul, played by Jirari Çarçı, has eclectic tastes. He don't desire for human flesh. Instead, he has an interesting fetish like just scaring people aimlessly and laughing, and laughing. Obviously, he doesn't neglect to entertain himself. He is even likely to be the most fun ghoul in the history of cinema. Okay, also most irritating one. Director Yavuz Yalın's daring cinematic essay seems funny to main audiences today. The movie, which was considered as a horror thriller college at the time again, can actually be regarded as a surprisingly example in terms of capturing the film noir atmosphere. An inexpensive but effective atmosphere design has been provided with methods specific to Yeşilçam cinema.
Kalbi zayıf olanlar, heyecanlı insanlar bu filme gelmemeli.
Well, Dead Don't Talk has been referred to as another lost Turkish movie over the year. Copies of the movie were not available for a long time. Thanks to the efforts of the cinema researcher Sadi Konuralp, it was found in a secluded movie warehouse. If you ignore the annoying laughter of the ghoul that gets out of his grave in the 15th every month, Dead Don't Talk can be an interesting experience for you. Its gloomy atmosphere and its successful projection of the cursed house theme make the film very attractive. The decors and lightnings are also notable given today's rushed conditions.
Koptu yerlerinden ben toprağım.
By the way, how could you remember A.k.a. who gave life to the character of Melih? Think about it. Can you imagine himself in Captain America costume? Maybe we have stumbled upon him in the cockpit of an X-Wing. Why not? As a matter of fact, the zombie theme has not been preferred theme for Turkish cinema. In fact, the horror genre remained barren until the 2000s. However, we came across interesting zombie variations in between. For example, rapist zombies in the movie named dubbed Kuşku in Turkish. Well, it's like a clear evidence that consuming a few kilos of flour will turn a person into a zombie. Island, The Waiting of the Dead, which was released in 2010, actually has a special place as a zombie parody in the settings of Shaun of the Dead.
Ananı avradını. Ananı avradını. Babacım burada durulmaz. Burada durulmaz.
To quick summarize, The Dead Don't Talk recorded as the first known Turkish ghoul story for now. At the first glance, it may seem like a very raw horror movie, but if you consider this movie as a challenge and try to be patient, well, you will see that it contains very valuable details. Come on, how much risk could you have taken? Well, just a little bite. That's all. Take care of yourself, fellas, and thank you very much.